She walked in on crutches, thinking her Achilles tendon was torn, and 60 minutes later, she walked out without the crutches. Wendy came in with what she thought was a torn Achilles tendon after a heavy sprint session a week prior. After the sprint session, she noticed that her foot and ankle were hurting, that Achilles tendon in particular, and it had just gotten progressively worse. She came in, ankle wrapped, on crutches, and 60 minutes later, she walked out without the crutches with her own 2 feet. How do we do it? After evaluating Wendy on the table, we started with the Thompson test. Classic test for Achilles tendon ruptures. What we want to do is we just want to squeeze the calf and see if the calf is still connected to the Achilles tendon to create some motion at the foot and ankle. And so what we did, we squeezed, saw some motion. Okay, so not a full rupture. We know that the Achilles tendon is still intact. So what else is going on? We wanted to test how her whole system is managing itself. So we wanted to test how her hips move, and we wanted to see how well she can get into hip extension first. We found that when we bring her leg back, already right about here, 45 degrees, when we should get to closer to all the way back here, there's some limitations. She has some tight hip flexors, not allowing her to get all the way back here. In checking her rib cage, we found that right side versus left side. And we'll just see if this arm can drop. And right now, this arm gets about there, maybe about 30 degrees from the top, okay? And then here on the right side, see how far it drops. We get her here. And boom, we get her all the way down to the ground. So what does that tell us? That tells us that her sternum is likely rotated to the right. That rib cage is turned to the right. So that tells us that the sternum is likely turned to the right, like so. Compressed rib cage on the right a little bit more, turned to the right, which means that this scapula now has this rib hump on the back side where it can go around. Whereas on the left side, because the front is opened up, the back is a little bit more compressed, pushing everything forward, which means that scapula doesn't have the available space to move around the rib cage the same way. So we know that her rib cage is turned to the right, and if it's turned to the right, that means we're likely bringing our center of gravity over to the right as well.